Thorin, you gave a promise.
You brought upon them only ruin and death.
You've won the mountain, is that not enough?
Now, we defend it.
I came to reclaim something of mine.
This was the last move in a master plan. A plan long in the making.
These bats are bred for one purpose. For war.
Leave Sauron to me.
Bilbo is right. You cannot see what you have become. Everything I did for them.
You started this. You will forgive me if I finish it.
When faced with death, what can anyone do?
I will not hide while others fight our battles for us!
You have but one question to answer. How shall this day end?
Martin, first of all, congratulations! A great, final episode, and I liked it very much.
Thank you.
Actually, it must have been an incredible journey for you to be part of this amazing world.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think for all of us, everyone involved, it's a great pleasure to work with Peter. It's a great pleasure to be down there in New Zealand. For those of us not from New Zealand, to spend time in New Zealand, there are a lot worse places you could spend a couple of years. It's friendly, it's open, it's progressive, it's yeah, very, very easy to work in New Zealand, actually. They make it very easy for you. And to work on Tolkien's work and Peter Jackson's work is a real pleasure, yeah.
Well, actually, what I'm wondering is, I'm sure that you have many, many memories, throughout, making the Hobbits. What is the, unforgettable memory you can just, share us with,
I suppose getting to work with... Well, getting to work with Peter is an unforgettable memory. Getting to work with Ian McKellen is an unforgettable thing. Seeing a lot of the landscape, actually, in New Zealand, and the South Island especially, was absolutely beautiful. Awe-inspiring beauty that looks almost so perfect, it almost looks like CG, but it's... yeah, getting to do a little tour of New Zealand was probably the most unforgettable thing, because it's some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in the world.
Great. Actually, what was the lowest and highest side of playing Bilbo, your character?
The lowest side was having to walk around in big feet, and the best side was getting to play moments and beats of real vulnerability and bravery, because Bilbo has both of those things side by side all the time. You see his vulnerability, you see his very human frailties, but you also see real epic bravery and heroism, and I loved playing those two things, sometimes almost at exactly the same time.
It's very interesting. Actually, now there are 6 movies, and you know, these 6 movies made a household name throughout the world. What do you think the success of it? Because, like, you know, I am from Turkey. Everybody knows Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, all these 6 movies, and wherever you go, what is the recipe for this? Do you think?
I suppose because it seems there is something specific about it. You know, Tolkien was English. I think you can read, certainly, if you're English, you read Bilbo as a kind of typical English person. It has a kind of very British feel to it, but there's no question that it has a universal appeal to it, you know. That I think sometimes the mistake in storytelling is trying to make this appeal to them and that'll appeal to them, and that, you know, we have one of these and one of those. But actually, if you tell me a really, really, really true story, and a very, very specific story about Turkey and about what it is to be Turkish, that will touch me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's true. Do you know what I mean? Because it's something that is, you're not trying to please the Scots and the Americans and the, you know, whoever else. It's like, we are so similar as a species, as a human species. Something that seems small and specific will often resonate among everybody, you know? And I think that was Tolkien's skill. He told a very human story. That, you know, which country, which culture does this not apply to? It applies to everybody. Everybody is wrestling with good and evil. Everybody is wrestling with bravery, with loyalty, with courage, with threat of war. You know, everyone, since time began, and they always will be. So I think people see that. You know, dragons to slay, whether real or metaphorical, we are all dealing with that and have done ever since we were cavemen.
That is very true. Actually, my last question will be, do you have any message for your Turkish fans and Turkish audience for The Hobbit?
Yes, I hope you really like it, good people of Turkey. Please do come and see The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. We had a fantastic time making it. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you enjoy this finish to this particular tale. And yes, we'll hopefully see you soon.
Thank you, Martin.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.